Shabbat Shalom and welcome to Bnai Israel, at least the virtual edition. Although I assure you that Maureen and I are actual human beings standing here and are plastic cages. So as you noticed, I was away last week and the week before. Panther is now away, and Maureen has been kind enough to sub. First she was me, and now she's Panther, and we're excited to celebrate Shabbat together. Do you have a melody you want to teach us today?
I do. So I'm hoping that you will join us next week before Shabbat services for our family get-together. We're going to do a Shabbat show and share. The kids have gotten some Shabbat boxes, and they've learned a new melody to Hine Mato. And it is, so you know the Hebrew, Hine Mato, Umanayim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. There's a little English part that goes, how good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. And the tune goes like this. Hine Mato, Umanayim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Mato, Umanayim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Try it again, please. Hine Mato, Umanayim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Mato, Umanayim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine Mato, Umanayim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Mato, Umanayim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad.
So you'll join us not just for this Shabbat, join us every Shabbat, but next week we'll have a special pre-Shabbat family Shabbat, and also get to meet our new executive director, Alan. So lots of exciting opportunities coming up. But for now, we'll open our book, we'll turn to page 14, and the beautiful poem of Rabbi Elazar Azikri, can't pronounce his name today, Yedid Nefesh.
Yedid Nefesh,
she'll find strength and healing in your sight. Forever will she serve you, grateful with all her might. Let us welcome Shabbat. Let us feel that joy. Let's transform this space, your space, our space, into one of joy and rest. Page 15, Lechun Ranana.
Lechun Ranana, Lechun Ranana, Lechun Ranana. Naria,
We'll sing together at the bottom of the page, Yismechu Hashamayim.
Yismechu Hashamayim.
Hashamayim,
Yismechu Hashamayim. Yismechu Hashamayim. V'tagem haaretz. Yismechu Hashamayim. Yismechu Hashamayim. Yismechu Hashamayim. V'tagem haaretz. Yeramayam, 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 together to page 18, and let's read. You're there, I'm here, but we're together. Sing to Adonai in song, for God has worked wonders. God's might has been triumphant, revealing supreme power to all. God has remembered his steadfast love and faithfulness to the house of Israel.
The whole world has seen the triumph of God. Let all on earth shout for joy and break in the jubilant song.
Sing praise to Adonai with the harp, with trumpets and horns, make a joyful noise.
Let the sea roar, and all its creatures, the world and its many inhabitants.
Let the rivers applaud in exultation. Let the mountains all echo earth's joyous song.
Adonai is coming to rule the earth, to sustain the world with kindness, to judge its people with fairness. And that last line, Yishpot Tevel B'Tzedek Ve'ami B'Mei Sha'arim, is really the key here. God, in our tradition, is just and fair, in contrast to earthly rulers who are sometimes capricious and seeming to find justice for their friends and not for others. And our Torah is saying this is not a modern problem, this is a problem of all of history. And that the ideal world, the world of Torah, a world of obligation and mitzvot, God willing, would lead to a world without corruption, without violence, with peace for all. So we'll turn now to the bottom of page 19 and sing Romamu, we exalt God.
Romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'nishtachavu le'hakadosh. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'nishtachavu le'hakadosh. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romamu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romamu. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'nishtachavu le'hakadosh. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'nishtachavu le'hakadosh. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romamu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romamu. So in that space that you have transformed into a holy worship space, your living room, your bedroom, wherever you are, this is your sanctuary. And in your sanctuary, in our sanctuary together, let us rise on page 20
to sing the Psalm of David, 29th Psalm, together. We are really welcoming in the Sabbath. We see Shabbat as our bride, as our companion. Shabbat is the partner of the people of Israel. Now, there's a story in our tradition that says all the days of the week were paired off, that Sunday had Monday, Tuesday had Wednesday, Thursday had Friday, and Shabbat said to the Holy One, I'm all alone. How can this be? You said I'm the day of rest, I'm the special day. How can I be all by myself? Why don't I get a partner? And the Holy One's response was that the people of Israel will be the partner of Shabbat. And so when we are singing Lecha Dodi, this is a song of joy. It's a song of gladness, of simcha, of celebration, that we have found our soulmate. We have our partner. So we'll turn now to page 21. We'll do the first two stanzas there, then turn the page into the last two stanzas. be seated. The song for Shabbat is on page 23. So this Shabbat is Parshat Re'eh. The Parsha has two major sections. The first is reminding us that we need to see the choice between blessing and curse. And there's many things that go along with that in terms of the mitzvot. And eventually it gets us to this sacred calendar, to the reminder of Pesach, the reminder of Shavuot, the reminder of Sukkot, the reminder that even in the middle of a seemingly never-ending series of Groundhog Days, time passes. And I was thinking about this, this week, talking and thinking about the Parsha, in the diaspora, we read that section of Parshat Bnai on the second day of the festival. It's not done in Israel because we came on the first day of the festival. There's actually a bus ad at one point that had a couple quotes from the Parsha, misquoted. I guess the guy that did the Eged bus didn't quite know his Torah as well as he should have. But I was thinking about, if I was living 2,000 years ago, and I had a subsistence farm, and I'm growing my crop, that my day probably looks pretty similar each and every day. That each morning I get up, I tend to whatever animals I have, I tend to the field, and Monday probably looked like Tuesday, and Tuesday probably looked like Wednesday, and Wednesday looked like Thursday, and Thursday looked like Friday, and then Friday was, Shabbat. And I take a breath, and I look at my spouse and say, thank God, I'm not working tomorrow. I wasn't a rabbi, so I got the day off. And here we are. And we're now in this moment where for so many people, each day looks kind of the same. And I am so grateful in this moment to be a Jew, because I know at least Shabbat looks a little different. And then we've got this calendar. So, did our Pesach look quite like we hoped for? Not really. But we had a Seder anyway. And then we came and we studied Torah for Shavuot. And now, we've been reading these special Haftarot the last few weeks, first of admonition and now of consolation, telling us that Rosh Hashanah is coming. And tomorrow we'll announce the new month of Elul, and then in the mornings we'll start to blow the shofar. And each and every day we'll see that it's not exactly the same as the day before, but we're increasing in holiness. Malim B'Kodesh. And with all of this, so much of what it is to be a Jew is not to be alone, but to be together. And I think for Jews especially, this has been the real challenge of the Corona moment, because all I want to do is go over and give Maureen a hug and say Shabbat Shalom and Kibbutz. And I got to be over here. And I got to keep that space. Because I care about Maureen, and right now the way I show my caring is not giving her a hug. If I didn't care so much, I'd give her a hug. So in this moment, we continue to have this choice. When do we see the blessing? And when do we see the curse? And I think that opening word, Re'eh, reminds us that there is so much perception involved in all this. That even in the midst of craziness, even in the midst of sorrow, our community has always found simcha. And the part of this last, the end of this parsha, where it's talking about Pesach and Shavuot and Sukkot, the message over and over and over again is you were a slave in Egypt, and you need to make sure that when you have power, when you have money, when you have resources, that you celebrate. But not just you, your children, those who work for you, whether they're paid or not, those who are a stranger in the community, those who are less fortunate, the widow, the orphan, in the parlance of the Torah, and the stranger. Even the one who isn't Jewish is supposed to be able to celebrate on Shavuot and Sukkot and Pesach with you. So how do we, in this day and age, in this crazy time, make sure that each and every time we celebrate Shabbat, it is still joyful? And as we get closer to the holidays, that those holidays still inspire us, and still help us find atonement, and still help us find joy and blessing. So that is our homework, and our schoolwork, and our together work. And with that, we'll go to the Baruch. And one of the blessings of having different people lead is that we change the knowledge a little bit. So Maureen is going to share a different Baruch with us today. right below the line, and read together. As a mother comforts her children, so I myself will comfort you, says Adonai, and you will find peace in Jerusalem. Past troubles will be forgotten, hidden from sight. Jerusalem will be a delight for people to join, and you will find peace in Jerusalem. None shall hurt or destroy in all my holy mountains, says the Creator whose throne is heaven, says Adonai who speaks peace in Jerusalem. Each month of the new moon, each week on Shabbat, all people, all my children shall worship me, says Adonai, who will also find peace and consolation in Jerusalem. We'll rise on page 34 for Vishamru. After Vishamru, we have the Basti Kaddish, and then we have time for our own prayer. We cry out to God, giving thanks for the gift of the week, giving thanks for the gift of Shabbat, and open our hearts to the Holy One. Vishamru Bnai Israel,
Baruch
Fill our lives with your goodness, gladden us with your triumph, cleanse our hearts so we might serve you faithfully, lovingly, and willingly, and deny our God. Grant that we inherit your holy Shabbat as the people of Israel, who make holy your name, will always find rest on this day. V'chunu v'ayisrael mekadesh shemecha baruch ata Adonai, praise to you Adonai, mekadesh ha-Shabbat, who hallows this Shabbat. Page 48, Hadith Shalem. So my weekly exhortation that we're skipping the Kiddush here. We're still avoiding food and drinks other than our water here. But you're in your household. You're in your home. I would imagine that you have some grape juice, a bottle of wine, maybe something that you prefer even more, whatever makes your Shabbat special. And so as soon as we finish the service, turn back to 49, make Kiddush, turn this day from the ordinary to the extraordinary, from the secular, from the kol, the ordinary of the week, to the sacred of Shabbat. So there's my weekly spiel. Page 51, we remain standing for our lane.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adon ha'kol v'aten g'ula l'tzeh reshit shelo asan b'knei ha'atzot v'lo samanu mishpachot ha'adama shelo sam Elokeinu kafef v'gar aleinu k'chol ha'olam v'anachnu korin u'mishtachavim u'modim l'pnei
We remember this week Morris Mann, Anna Horn, Matt Reingold, Elaine Maller, Esther Lewis, Leon Lang, Bernard Zisbein, Ida Paris, Lee Itzkowitz, Becky Levine, David Nevesky, Margaret Weiss, Harold Gallant, Raquel Ronay, Ida Feinberg Dropkin, Reba Salzer, Shirley Schwartz. We think of Marvin Gordon, Marion Cottle, Daniel Karras, Dorothy Shant, Sidney Clemma, Monroe Schwartz, Luba Pluskow, Frank Fisher Sr., and Seymour Goldberg. In their memory, those saying Kaddish, please rise and praise God's name on 52. And let us pray that our words lift their souls, that our words bring us comfort as we stand side by side, even in our separate places. Yitkadal v'yitkadash merabah. V'yalma divrat v'tei v'yamlet machutei. בחייכון ובמכון וחיי לכל בית ישראל, בעגלה בזמן קריב יאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבא מבורך לעולם ולמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתהלל ויתהלל שמי קודשה בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה. תושבחתה ונחמתה דמרן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלום רבא מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ויעשו ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומה, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ויעשו ישראל ואמרו amen. So a couple announcements. One, today we had a memorial for our dear friend Lou Bader, lived in Mordechai Coin, and I've been thinking about him a lot in the last few weeks, and may God allow his memory to be a blessing if we know it well. Tomorrow, Shabbat morning, will look a wee bit different. Now, if you read your email, which I know some people do occasionally, but not everyone all the time,
You should.
there was a note from our task force that is discussing how do we welcome people into this building. And what we want to see tomorrow, what we're going to see tomorrow, is some of those task force members are going to join us here. This doesn't mean that next week we're going back to normal, because we're not. This is just a one-time among the task force to see, can we follow our own instructions? Can we sit where we're supposed to sit? Leave the markers where we're sat to make sure that they can be clean. Put the books back where they go. Come in and come out respectfully and at a distance without gathering or making a crush at the bathroom at the start or the finish or any of those things. So tomorrow is an experiment. And we're going to work on the placement of where someone stands to have an aliyah, which will not be on the bima, but will be on the floor. So that way there's not so many people up here. The Gabayim will not be standing right next to the Torah reader, but probably I'll be one Gabbai and the other Torah reader will be the other Gabbai, and we'll be probably out of your vision. But we can still call out and correct whoever's reading Torah. Don't worry. So things will look different. Will sound different. You may hear a few familiar voices on the microphone. So we'll see what happens. But we hope to learn from this, and hopefully, God willing, we've had a couple of weeks where the numbers in at least Pinellas County of those infected have declined a little bit. So we'd like to see the decline look like this, and that's all. But we're trying. So we're here for you. You're here for us. And no matter what happens for the indefinite future, we will be able to commune this way and celebrate Shabbat together from wherever you are and wherever we are. Being done. Page 53. Amen. So I wish you a Shabbat Shalom, a Shabbat of peace. I offer my gratitude and thanks and Yashakot to Maureen for joining us today. And we'll see you tomorrow morning with a few more smiling faces.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.